Hi, everybody. I'm Melinda Gallant, and I want to welcome you to another Cape Conversations. Yes, we are at Cape Cod Community College, the Studio Theater. We're going to have a lot of fun today talking about a very special event that's happening at the end of the month here. So come along, let's have another Cape Conversations. Hi, everybody. I'm Melinda Gallant, and I am sitting in a very special place on a very special campus right here on our own Cape Cod. I am at Cape Cod Community College, and I am talking to the lovely and talented Vonna Trudeau. How are you, Vonna?
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Thank you.
So, I want you to tell me all about the theater program because you have something to do with that, don't you?
Sure. So we have a performing arts concentration here at Cape Cod Community College. It's part of our liberal arts associate's degree program. And our goal is really to provide a foundation of courses that students can take in acting, in stagecraft, in music, and even in dance, which would prepare them for transfer to a four-year program or simply to take those courses for their own personal enrichment.
And the arts community on the Cape is so huge that not only do you probably become a feeder program to all those community arts programs like Cotuit Center for the Arts and Cape Rep and all of those, but I suppose even off Cape, you know, for places across the bridge as well.
Absolutely. So our students have had the good fortune of working at theaters across the Cape, whether it's the Academy in Orleans, Peregrine, Provincetown Playhouse, Cape Rep, the list goes on and on. I think our students have worked on every stage on the Cape. And we're particularly excited when they place themselves in audition opportunities and internship opportunities with some of our pre-professional and professional theaters like the Cape Playhouse, even down in Falmouth with the College Light Opera Company. Sure. So we serve two purposes. One is to support students who want to pursue the performing arts as a career, and then our other purpose is really to serve as a hub of community engagement in the arts, partnering with groups like Cotuit Center for the Arts, on productions, or again, sending our students to support those productions on stage, off stage, you name it.
Oh, that's terrific.
Yeah.
Well, we're here today to talk about something very special that's coming up at the end of the month. And I am blown away by this because I feel it's like a best kept secret, and I know it's not supposed to be. And I know that people in other places know about it, but we just aren't aware of it here on the Cape. So tell me all about the Kennedy Center for Performing Arts.
Okay, so the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. has a special program called the American College Theater Festival. For years it was known as ACTF. When the Kennedy Center adopted the program, it became KCA-CTF, and it's quite a little acronym. But the Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival is comprised of 8 regions across the country. We are Region 1, I like to say we're the best. And Region 1 is comprised of all of New England and a good portion of New York. And what this festival, and that's the word we use, but it's really a conference, the festival brings together thousands of college students for 5 days of programming, all focused on college theater practitioners.
Wow.
So we hosted...
I mean, here?
Here.
Oh my
yes.
gosh.
Yeah. So we actually hosted the festival once before. Back in 2013, 14, 15, we hosted the festival. We had never participated in festival, but it landed on our doorstep.
Right.
The Chamber of Commerce was very supportive of bringing the festival here. The president at the time of the college, Kathy Schatzberg, was really, really excited about bringing that opportunity to our students and to the community. So we were thrown into the deep end of the pool. They said, okay, you're gonna host this festival. It's 1,200 people coming to Cape Cod in January for a week of workshops, performances, auditions, internships, and we had no idea what to expect. What ended up happening was a fantastic 5-day event where we had about 1,000 college students from around New England and New York, joined by their faculty, and also theater professionals from LA, Las Vegas, Chicago, New York, Boston, every hub of professional theater visiting to share their knowledge and their expertise with these students. And the overall goal, again, is to enrich the students, to give them a chance to learn things they may not be learning in their school curriculum, and then look at opportunities. What do they do after college? So do they go to New York? Do they go to LA? Are they going to be on film, on stage, on the screen? And really give them a chance to explore what their opportunities are.
So this is for college kids only, right?
It's not only for college
Okay.
students. So
Okay.
it's really designed to support the college theater student and their goals. However, anyone can register for the festival.
Wow.
With the understanding that it is a curriculum building program. The workshops are going to be filled with college students so excited and enthusiastic
Right.
about what they're studying, but anyone can register for the festival.
I see.
So we'll fast forward a little bit. We hosted 2013, 14, 15.
15, yeah.
And it's a 3-year arrangement. We host for 3 years. We then moved on to Western Connecticut State University for 3 years, which was very exciting. Danbury, I'd never been there before. They have a beautiful campus, phenomenal facilities. And when it came time to choose the next location, everyone kept saying, well, why don't we go back to Cape Cod? They
No
loved
way.
it here.
Oh, isn't that amazing?
And January on Cape Cod sometimes isn't the most exciting place to be, but they were just thrilled with the hospitality. We have a small staff here, but we were so excited to have them. They said, you guys were great. Let's go back to the Cape and do it all again.
So they obviously have to have hotel rooms and the whole 9 yards, right?
Yes, so the Resort and Conference Center in Hyannis is the home base for hotel rooms, and most of the workshops take place there at the Resort and Conference Center.
Okay.
The old Dunphys. I'm
Yes.
dating myself.
Yeah, no, we all are. I never know the name of it now, you know. It's just like, I actually call it Dumpies, so that is, which was the old name for it, yes.
Well, they've done a great job. I know that facility has been renovated
Oh, yeah, it's
recently.
beautiful on
It's
the
gorgeous,
inside, yeah.
top-notch conference facility. And in addition, we also have some overflow space at the Cape Codder Resort, and then also the Holiday Inn. So
Oh, my gosh.
we're talking
Kids
about
everywhere.
500 hotel rooms booked for 5 or 6 days in the end of January. It's a really nice boost to the local economy.
I was going to say, no wonder the Cape Cod Chamber of
Yes.
Commerce loves
Very
you.
excited, yeah.
Yes.
We did a rough calculation. Don't hold me to it because I
Yeah,
was an
I know,
English
yeah.
major,
Yeah,
theater
yeah,
major,
yeah,
not
yeah.
math, but it was
Yeah.
about $1.5 million a year pumped
Wow.
into the economy with the hotel rooms and all of the hospitality expenses.
In the middle of winter.
In the middle of winter, yeah. So we're glad that we can
Sure.
sort of be the draw to bring that kind of business. And then the performances throughout the week are held right here. So we're sitting in our studio theater here at the Tilden Arts Center. It's my favorite theater space on Cape Cod. I'm a little biased. But we'll have performances in here and also on our proscenium main stage upstairs.
So they go to the workshops at the hotel, right? And then they come here to actually produce and present their works.
So I'll give you a little cheat sheet on how the programming is designed for the week.
Sure.
So in November, we put a call out to all faculty members and theater professionals to submit proposals to offer a workshop at Festival. And over the next 6 weeks or so, we curate what we think will be a nice mix of workshops in performance, in design, in playwriting, in dramaturgy, which I know you're just learning about.
I am just learning about. Very interesting.
Every theater topic imaginable,
Sure.
and even some you wouldn't even imagine. We've got professional wrestlers coming this year. So we'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh, that's fighting stuff. I like
Yes.
that.
So we curate these workshops, but parallel to that, throughout the academic year, faculty members like myself are invited to go attend theater performances at other schools and then meet with the cast and crew and director after the performance and talk about their process. So we call that a response. It's a response to the production. Out of that response, there can come some nominations for
wonderful.
students to participate in internships
Sure.
and also in certain scholarship audition opportunities. And then we also have the opportunity for certain productions to be invited to bring their show to the festival.
Wow.
The entire show.
Is it open to the public or no? It is?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
All right, so keep going.
So I know there's a
It's
lot.
a lot of
There's
stuff.
A lot. So the shows that are nominated to be invited, we then meet as a selection committee meets to discuss which shows would be most appropriate for the space, and also the merits of the production, whether the school can pack up the set and put it on a truck and load it into the space. And usually there's between 3 and 5 productions that are invited to
Wow.
to come to festival. So this year we have 3 productions invited. We have a show from Northern Essex Community College, we have a show from Western Connecticut State University, and a show from Eastern Connecticut State University.
Little rivalry there.
Yeah. 2 of the titles I can say on air, 1 of them I can't. So I'll leave it to our listeners to go to the website, which I'll give you in a little bit.
Yeah.
But we have Uncle Vanya, presented by Western Connecticut State University.
Wow.
And then we have Pluto by Eastern Connecticut State University, which is a very powerful piece. It's a sci-fi fantasy, if you will, but it has a really, really powerful message to it. I'm very much looking forward to seeing it. And then the other one, I'll say 2 of the words. It's Stupid Blank Bird. You might have heard of it. But it's a great show. It is a modern adaptation of The Seagull.
Oh.
So we have an actual Chekhov piece and then
Right.
also a modern adaptation of
right.
The Seagull. So we're really excited about seeing
That'll be
those
fun.
2 in the same week.
Sure, sure.
So one thing I'll share. So the first time we hosted festival, we had a school present The Foreigner. I don't know
Oh,
if you're
sure.
familiar with that show.
Yeah.
Great
yeah,
comedy.
Yeah.
I'd never seen the show before, and I'm sorry I forget which school brought it. But that show presented upstairs on our main stage, which seats 660 people. It was standing room only.
Wow.
It was the most appreciative and excited and dynamic audience I've ever seen. And
Yeah.
you go to Broadway and people
Yeah.
are obviously very excited.
Right.
This was the most passionate audience.
Sure.
You would think it was a sporting event. They were cheering at every joke.
And generous, too.
Oh,
A generous
just
audience, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what's so invigorating about this week. The whole week is filled with students who are just so excited to be together with 900 other students
Sure.
who are passionate about the same things they're passionate about. And as exhausting as the week is, you come away from it so energized. It's phenomenal.
So, okay, so I'm Joe Schmo, and I do community theater, and I consider myself a playwright. I want to be a playwright. I've written plays. I've had a couple of readings done of my plays, nothing produced on stage. Would this be a good thing for me to come to, even though I'm not 22
Absolutely.
or 18,
Absolutely.
as the case may be?
So any member of the public can register. The registration fee is $100 for the entire week.
Wow.
You cannot.
And that's all the classes?
That's all of the workshops, all of the performances, everything. You can't possibly buy enough books for that $100
Right,
to cover all of
right.
the topics that are covered in the workshops.
Right.
So the whole festival has several tracks. So we have a performance track with our workshops all about performance. We cover Meisner and Stanislavski
Yeah, all of
and
that, yeah.
dialects and you name it, every aspect of performance. There's another track that is really for design and technology. There's another still for playwriting and directing and devising, which is just creating theater purpose-built. So there's something for everyone. I have a list here of some of the workshop
It's
titles.
okay you have a cheat sheet. I don't even know how you remember what you just told me. It's so much.
Living and breathing it, yes. We have a workshop on stage combat called Illusions of Violence. There's a whole theater journalism track where students who enroll in that workshop series attend 5 workshops with working journalists. They then go see every production and they write reviews during the week. So they're actually practicing
How
the
fabulous.
craft that they're studying. We have, let's see, table work. Directors, we know all about table work, right? Why to do it?
Right.
How do you do it?
Without driving yourself crazy.
Right. Yeah. There are stage makeup workshops. There's workshops on Chekhov technique, arts administration, which is my world. Devising, how to, here's one, the Great KCA CTF Region 1 Playwriting Bake Off. Now, if that doesn't sound like
Craziness and fun.
it's wonderful. So we're so fortunate that the faculty from around the region, and we're talking schools, St. Michael's College in Vermont, we have UMass Boston, we have LaGuardia Community College, we have many of the SUNY schools, Quinsigamond, Colby. I mean, name a school and I'll tell you if they're not coming. It's probably easier.
That's great.
About 50 different colleges usually are attending, and their faculty
wonderful.
are coming and sharing their knowledge with all the students. So working playwrights would definitely benefit from it. Directors, early or experienced,
Sure,
would benefit from
absolutely,
it.
absolutely.
And it's really just enriching. It's nice to be surrounded by people who have similar interests and are passionate about theater.
Right. Well, it's very inclusive too. So if you are that person that isn't 22, but you've been involved in locally and maybe where you came from, if you've moved here, a lot of people are, wash ashores on Cape Cod.
Well, and you have to remember that so many community colleges have non-traditional age students.
Well, that's it.
And there are easily 15 or 20 community colleges that participate in
Oh, that's
festivals. So
fabulous.
by
Yeah, it's all
default,
good.
even students aren't necessarily 18 to 22.
Okay, so we've got to go back. You mentioned the professional wrestlers. So
Yes.
tell me what workshop they're doing.
So we have a group from Providence, Rhode Island. I believe they're called
Of course.
Wrestle.
Not WrestleMania.
It might be WrestleMania.
Okay.
I'll have to get back to you. I apologize.
That's all right,
I don't
no
remember
worries. Doesn't
their-
matter.
the company name off the top of my head. I didn't do my research. But they will be coming. They're going to bring a ring. They're going to set up a ring in one of the ballrooms at the conference center.
Oh, that's great.
But leading up to their performance, because let's face it, we all know
It's
it
a
really
performance.
is performance. It's
Right.
physical performance, but it's not unlike commedia in that
Right.
you're performing physical comedy and physical drama.
It's performance art.
It is. It really is.
Yep.
So they will be offering, I believe, 3 workshops on their techniques and on how they build their storylines and how they create their characters, leading up to actually sharing a performance with us on Wednesday night. Yes.
Oh my God.
Festival.
How much fun would that be?
I mean, have you seen Glow? It's got a lot of
I-
popularity. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yes. How could I not have,
Right.
Oh my gosh, that would be so
so
great.
that's something new for us.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and we'll see how it plays
Well,
out.
here's the thing. Kids, as you're growing up, and you think you're in that first play in grade school, and then you go to high school, and you get the lead roles, and then you do your community theater stuff, and you're still getting lead roles, and you go to college, and okay, you get a secondary role, but you still get lead roles, and then you go out into the real world, and there's 99.9% unemployment.
Right.
So it is so wonderful to open up and there's all kinds, you can be in theater and do a million different things. It isn't always on stage. It's not always in front of a camera or an audience. And it's just as important, and not only that, but it's also as fulfilling in many cases.
Absolutely.
I mean, to me, trying to get an audience into a theater when it's something that nobody's ever heard of before, that's amazingly challenging. And so if you learn how to do that and can really bring the oomph to that to make it work, I mean, you've got a job and you're doing something you love to do. So it's all good stuff, I guess I should say. So
And we have a fairly new track as part of Festival, which is called the Arts Administration and Leadership Program, which I'm part of. And the purpose there is to really cultivate theater practitioners who will be the producers of tomorrow, who will be the executive directors of tomorrow, who will be the development directors of theaters.
Sure.
So we need our creative teams, and not to say these aren't creative roles, because there's a lot of creativity that goes into it.
Yeah.
But the people who make the art possible are
Sure.
really essential to having a thriving arts organization.
Sure.
So as part of that, we have students who intern during the festival, helping to organize the event, and then they get to pitch to various theater professionals their idea for either a season or for a new theater company.
Wow.
And then out of that, one of them will receive an internship at one of these theater companies.
Oh, how fabulous.
It's very exciting.
Wow. Well, to me, the whole week sounds phenomenal. There's just no doubt about it. And to think that it's happening on Cape Cod, and to think that you can go to your website, right?
Yes.
So where do we go to find out about it?
The website is, get your pen and pencil,
Yeah.
KCA CTF region1.org.
Excellent. Well, it'll be underneath us right now, so not a worry about
Okay.
that. So we'll make sure. So while I have you here, and we're in this wonderful little black box theater that we have, the Studio Theater as it's called, there is a play coming up April 4th.
There is.
There is, and I am just so bad about self-promotion. I am so fortunate to be able to direct here the curious incident, if I can talk, the curious incident of the dog in the nighttime.
Yeah.
And I'm over the moon thrilled to do it. I'm a little bit nervous though, I'll tell you. I'm nervous because this is a very unusual play. It's a book that people read and they just fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And so everybody knows every word of the book. And now it's been translated to a play. And I have a fabulous set of actors, just no doubt about it. Some very experienced, some not as experienced, but there's just so gun-ho that it makes it
A lot of talent in the
Oh,
room.
unbelievable, unbelievable, off the Richter scale. But it opens however, it does open April 4th, and that's open to the public too. That's not
Of course.
it's not, and that's
Yes.
a lot of people think that some of the programming you do here in the theater, on the main stage, or even here, is just, it's just for the college community. But it's not, is it?
We are Cape Cod Community College, so all of our programs in theater are open to the public. So
That's great.
We have members of the public directing, we have members of the public auditioning, working right alongside our students. We find it's really valuable when our students can learn from those who maybe haven't studied theater, who haven't studied directing or acting or stage management, and we learn from each other. So we can share knowledge, and they can learn as well from people's experiences elsewhere. All of our auditions are always open to the entire community, and we're thrilled that you're directing this piece.
Well,
because
I thank you for that. You didn't have to say that.
No, we are.
I'm nervous, but
But when we're not nervous, that's when we
I
realize we've got nothing at stake. So the nerves are a good
no, I have a
sign.
lot at, I feel like I have a lot at stake. Well, what's really fun about this though is I'm meeting a whole new set of people, and I'm meeting new people backstage, and from Brian, who is the person who facilitates everything here, is unbelievable, to Kimmy, who's going to be my stage manager, I've never met somebody so organized, to you, who happens to be producing the show, and again, so organized. Sometimes in community theater, those things get left through the cracks. It's not a bad thing. It's because we're all busy and but you guys are a dedicated force here. So your expectations are high, and but that makes us all better people.
Sure.
And so that's why I'm so thrilled. Besides the fact that the play itself is so unusual, and it's moving, and we've now found out after our first rehearsal it can be funny,
Sure.
because everybody laughed. So we're kind of feeling our way, but it's just, I think any audience that comes will just be totally mesmerized by it. I really do. And the tech portion of it is
That's an adventure.
Extremely
Yes,
exciting.
yeah.
Extremely exciting.
It's great. I mean, at the end of the day, when we're telling stories about interesting people,
Yep.
I think there's something for everyone in this story.
That's it.
Christopher's journey is one that I think we can all relate to.
Right.
The sense of not knowing exactly where you're going or how to get there, but understanding that you do have the tools that you need to
Sure.
discover it.
Right.
It's a great tale, and the college is really committed to supporting that storytelling with a number of other events that are
Relating
similar
to
in
this, right?
theme. Absolutely. So we've got a speaker coming in late February, Dr. Stephen Shore, who is going to talk about his personal experiences in a world of challenged sensory perception.
Yep.
We have a student debate that's going to discuss issues of inclusion.
That's great.
We have a panel discussion, which we're starting to formulate. So
great.
we'll all learn something. And
Yep.
at the end of the day, I think learn something about ourselves.
And isn't that what it's all about?
Absolutely.
And that's what a learning institution does. Well, all I know is this time went way too fast.
Are we done already?
We're done already. Oh my God, she says, I'm so glad. Anyway, I just want to thank you for your time today because I know how crazy busy. So the name of the event at the end of the month is?
The Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival. It starts on Tuesday, January 29th, and runs through Saturday, February 2nd, I think.
Yeah, it's February 2nd.
Tuesday through Saturday,
Yeah.
last weekend.
Groundhog Day.
Yes.
It'll
there
be
you go.
repeated over and over.
Dear Lord.
And to find out information, you go to their website.
Yes.
Which is?
KCA-CTF Region 1, the number 1.org. And you can also find a link to it on the college website.
That's what I
If
was
you go to
gonna
the
wonder.
events page,
Okay.
capecod.edu/events. It'll be listed there. You can follow the link. And
Excellent.
it is open to the public. We'd love to see people come on out and support the college students.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you
Great.
so much. Good to see
Pleasure.
you. Vonna Trudeau, she runs this building, the Tilden Arts Center. She works with all these students in theater. Yeah, amazing woman. And now she's bringing in the Kennedy Center for Performing Arts for that very special event at the end of this month, the month of January. I am just thrilled to have talked to her, and I hope you are too. So why don't you join me next time for another Cape Conversation.